So we're doing a tier list of alcohols. So I've drank in quite a bit of alcohols in my life. I've also stocked a lot of alcohols in my life. I used to work as a alcohol order writer for a grocery store. I used to order write, and I used to make sure the shelves were full. So I've done a lot of not done a lot of alcohol, but I've drank a lot of alcohol. I've tested a lot of alcohol. I no longer drink as much anymore. I think like maybe a drink every other month, maybe, if that, sometimes longer. But I did do a lot of tasting when I worked at alcohol, and yeah, I think I'm pretty good to give an opinion on these. I would like to think. Certainly, you can call me out. But anyway, so we're just gonna dive in. So the first one we got is 1800 tequila. So I used to drink so I'm going to butcher a lot of this stuff. I'm never good with pronunciations, like, at all. I used to drink the Anejo, and the Reposado, but I think the silver is pretty good. But I think the Anejo is like my favorite. So I'm going to put that in like B tier. I don't think 1800 is like the best tequila. I'm a Patron girl. But yeah, I don't see Patron out. Actually, I see Patron out here, actually. So while we're on that discussion, let's go ahead and take that. And I'm going to put that in, I'm going to reserve the God tier for like really God tier. And I don't think Patron is God tier, I think. But okay, hold on. For me, I think Patron is God tier. For me. So we're going to put that there. So now let's move on. So we've done 2 tequilas. I'm a pretty good, well, not pretty good. I mean, you can't really, like, is anyone actually a good alcohol drinker? I don't think so. I'm a pretty bourbon person. But I don't really see much here. Is this Jameson? I think this is Jameson. Pretty sure this is Jameson. Jameson is okay. I think their IPA whiskey is pretty good. So is their black label or black barrel, I think it's called. I'm gonna put that as C. Jameson isn't one of my favorites, I would say. It's okay. Jack Daniel's honey. I'm sorry, but Jack Daniel's, pretty much anything Jack Daniel's for me is going to be low tier. I just don't care for it. Honey, well, I would say the honey is probably D tier, actually. It's a bit step above, like, the regular, so I'm going to put Jack Daniel's in the bottom. Just don't like it. I don't like how oaky it is. Like, it's just too oaky for me. We'll keep going down the list here. So Absolute Vodka. So Absolute Vodka was like one of the first alcohols I drank when I was yeah. Let's just say when I was coming of age. I would say it was a bad experience. But I just don't like it. I would say it's probably D tier. You know, it's gonna get you there. Like, it'll get you there, but you definitely need to, like, mix it with something, in my opinion. Now we got Bacardi Gold, which I think it's an okay, like, rum to do, like, mixing with, I think, but not my preferred. I do like rum and cokes, but I would think, for me, if I'm gonna do rum and coke, like, it's gonna have to be Bacardi Silver. And for that, it's just gonna be in B tier for me. You know, just at a preference. Bacardi Gold, it's not something I would drink by itself. And it's not something I would mix with, so I'm not gonna put it in higher tier than Silver. And Silver to me is probably in the B tier with 1800, I would say. And then Bombay Sapphire. So Bombay Sapphire, I actually really, really like as a gin and tonic. It's one of my favorites. The only one I would say is better than Bombay Sapphire for me is Tanqueray, which I drink probably every time I go out to actually drink once a month or two with the fam. So we'll put that there. If Tanqueray was on this list, which it doesn't look like it is, I would definitely put that in God tier, just because it's one of my favorite ones to drink. And then we have Burnett's. Like, what the fuck? I'm immediately just doing F tier on Burnett's vodka. Like, Jesus Christ. I used to stock that all the time. It didn't really sell. Like, the problem with Burnett's is that it's low enough tier to where it doesn't cost a lot, but it's also like just still higher than the lowest tier ones to where nobody really buys it. And if they are, you kind of start questioning, like, why are you buying that? There's so many better options in that price tier, you know? And then we have the good old Captain's Rum, Captain Morgan. I would say this is lower than Bacardi Silver. You know, personally, the spice rums, I don't care for spice rums as much. I would prefer like a silver, like Bacardi. So we're gonna go with C. You know, it's decent with rum and Coke, but not something I would seek. Ciroc. Ciroc I don't know. They got like some pretty good flavors of vodka. But I wouldn't say it's better than some other options out there. Just personally, I would probably put that as a C tier. Would be for me. Is where I'd put Ciroc. Especially when you start getting into like, is it the regular vodka or is it the like flavors? Personally, the flavors would still be C. The regular would probably be in between a B and C, but I'm going to keep it as a B. Or a C. I'm going to keep it as a C. Crown Vanilla. So Crown is probably one of my favorite whiskeys. Especially just like on the rocks, just plain. The vanilla one's really good, like really, really good with Coke. If you're not doing like a vanilla Coke, you're just using a regular Coke or a Coke Zero or a Diet Coke. The vanilla one's really, really good. I would put that as a B tier for sure. Like, for sure. Evan Williams. Honestly, I've only had Evan Williams once, and it wasn't a very good experience, I'll tell you that. I woke up plastered, or no, not plastered. I woke up just completely hungover on my friend's basement floor. So let's put that at F tier, just because that was just a horrible experience, man. Oh, talk about horrible experience. So Fireball was a horrible experience for me. So my cousins and I, one Christmas Eve, we were doing shots of Fireball while we were playing card games. And I guess either it was the Fireball or the food I had before, or the fact that I had worked a third shift overnight at the grocery store I used to work at. And I had, I think it was expired marshmallows on my lunch, on my lunch break at work. And I think that caused me to have really bad food poisoning. Like, well, not really bad, but like mild food poisoning, where I woke up at like 3 a.m. on Christmas Eve, or rather Christmas Day now. And like, I was so sick, I was puking up, and it just tasted like Fireball. It was just horrible. So horrible. So for that, I'm sorry, it gets an F tier. I never want to see that drink ever again. And then Goldschlager. So Goldschlager, I used to drink all the time. My parents kept it in the freezer. I don't know why they always kept it in the freezer, but they always had it on hand. So Goldschlager for me is more like a comfort, kind of ice cold, you know, like comfort drink. Whenever I'm thinking about like drinking with my parents. So we're gonna put that in C tier. So it's not that great, honestly, to me. But I think for me, it's just got that nostalgia factor. Otherwise, I'd probably put it in like B, to be honest. Plus, I mean, it's got little flakes of gold in it. How can you not like it? Grey Goose. So Grey Goose got Grey Goose vodka. It's very, to me, it's very smooth. It's pretty good, just on the rocks by itself. But it's not better than one of the other options on this list that I can see is an option. So for that, I'm gonna give it a B. Okay. Because I already know the other option, I'm not gonna be able to give it a God tier. I'm sorry, but I'm not. So I gotta save that A tier. So that means Grey Goose goes to B. Sorry, that's just how it goes. And Hennessy. So Hennessy, I used to stock a lot of this. We used to keep it not on the actual shelf, but in like a cage up front, so you had to ask for it. But it would constantly go out of stock. So I'd constantly be running a cart up there like every other day to refill the stock in the change cart up front of the check lanes. So I bought one time just to try, and I tried it by itself without ice, you know, not rocks, just neat. And then I tried it with rocks one time. With rocks, it was pretty good. But neat, I didn't like it, didn't care for it. And then I think after that, I just stopped doing the on the rocks, and I just did it with like Coke. It's not bad. I wouldn't say it's like my favorite, but it's not bad. So we'll put Hennessy probably in the C tier. Some people will probably call me crazy for that, but it's just not my thing. And then Hypnotic. So Hypnotic was kind of weird for a while. It would constantly be out of stock at my store. We'd order it pretty much as we could that the distributor would let us order at once. But for some reason, it was like that for like maybe a year and a half, maybe 2. But after that, it just like stopped selling. It just kind of sat on the shelf. Nobody was buying it. But I tried it one Christmas as well. Not the same Christmas as doing the fireball shots. But I tried it one Christmas. It was okay. Like I put it on ice. It was all right, but not something I would seek out. And I think one time I mixed it with like Sprite, which was pretty decent, but not something I would do ever, I think, again. So for that, I would put it in the D tier. Like, it's not something I ever want to, like, even chance drinking again, I think. Just not my cup of tea. Now, Jaeger. Now, this is going to seem like a really weird take, but I love Jaeger. I love it. I really do. Put it in the freezer and pull it out whenever you feel like you need a shot, and just take a shot of Jaeger. But also, too, I found I really like it when you take ice cold Jaeger. You take a glass of ice, pour the ice cold Jaeger shot over the ice, and then you pour some like Coke Zero or Coke together. It's really good. I think it's good, but I order that sometimes at my local bar, and they just look at me like I'm the weirdest fucking person ever. Oh my god. But for that though, I'm putting Jaeger in A tier. Like, for me, I just love that taste. So Jim Beam. Jim Beam, I've had a couple of good Jim Beams, but I would say the majority of them I don't really care for. So for that, I would probably put Jim Beam in like D tier. Just because most of the options I don't like. And then we have good old Jose Cuervo. Jose Cuervo. So Jose Cuervo, I would say, has like some decent, just decent tequilas across the board. But the plain Jane Jose Cuervos, for me, would probably fall like way under in the D tier. Like something I would buy for a party that I'm going to that I don't really care about. Like, how fast the bottle's being drank in, or if I'm even gonna like take it home afterwards. Like, here's the bottle, take it, drink it. I don't care. It's now yours. It's your problem. Kraken rum. So this one I've only had once. My brother was telling me one time how good it was, and I had to try it. And I went to a party for my friend. It was like his birthday party, and I saw it there, and I was like, I'm gonna try this. So I grabbed a glass of ice and poured a little bit there and just tasted it that way. It was okay, but I think it really shines when you put it in Coke or Coke Zero. For me, Coke Zero. I love Coke Zero. But I think it really shines, and I think it's probably around the same tier, and people probably get mad at me because my favorite's just silver Bacardi with rum, or with Coke. And I think it doesn't get better than that, and for that I think it falls like right on the edge of B, but still higher than a C. So I'd put it right here in the B tier, but definitely lower than Bacardi Silver, the gold standard for me. Malibu Coconut Rum. Oh my god. Malibu Coconut Rum. I have a bad relationship with coconut. I'm technically supposed to be allergic to it. But I kind of like some coconut stuff, but most of them I don't like. But Malibu Coconut Rum is just, to me, just horrible. It just tastes bad. I don't like it. So for that, I'm sorry. It's going in D tier. Like, don't come at me. That shit sucks. I'm sorry. New Amsterdam. I can't talk. Oh my god. New Amsterdam vodka. It's horrible. I don't like it. But their pink lemonade one, it's decent, I would say. It's not great. You know, it's decent. It's not something I would really like seek out, but I would say the pink lemonade one is pretty good. But the standard vodka is not that great, in my opinion. So for that, I would definitely put that below Ciroc. I would say Ciroc is a bit more higher quality, all around, even though I don't like Ciroc that much. So if it wasn't for the pink lemonade version of the New Amsterdam, this would definitely be an F tier. I'm sorry. Speaking of F tiers, Pinnacle Vodka. Like, oh my god, I don't know why anyone buys Pinnacle Vodka. I just generally do not like it. I even tried, like, the actual flavored whipped cream one, I think it was. Terrible. Just over the moon terrible. I just could not deal with it. And then for lower tier vodkas as well. A lot of vodkas on this list. Oh my god. Smirnoff. There is the whipped cream Smirnoff, which is pretty okay. I used to use the whipped cream Smirnoff with Kahlua and some heavy whipping cream to make like a weird version of White Russian Caucasian or whatever you call it. Basically what the dude drinks in Big Lebowski, which was pretty good. You know, it was actually my favorite drink for about a solid year. But I would say by themselves, Smirnoff isn't that great. At least for me, it's not. So for that, I would probably put it in C tier, to be honest. And then for Svedka vodka, that's probably like one of the lowest vodkas for me. Probably slightly better than Pinnacle. No. Yes, slightly better than Pinnacle, I would say. But not as bad as... Well, hold on. Actually, I would say it's better than Pinnacle. It's way better than Burnett's. I would say it's actually better than New Amsterdam. And I would say it's probably better than Smirnoff. So in that case, unfortunately, I'd probably put it here. But I would say it's still higher than Smirnoff, but lower than Ciroc would be what I would say. And then my favorite vodka I saved for last. And here's why. Tito's. For me, nothing is better vodka-wise than pouring Tito's over some ice with a little wedge of lemon or lime, preferably lemon. And that's just, for me, that's a perfect summer day vodka just to sip on. So, Tito's goes in God tier for me. Now, there is one vodka on this list, or that's not on this list. What was the name of it? Shoot. Oh my god. Never mind. You know what? Screw it. I don't remember the name, and I'm not going to sit here and Google it. But yeah, there is one vodka that I would like to see on this list that I don't see here, but unfortunately I don't remember what the name is. But had like a... Oh, now I know what it is. It's Stoli. It's Stoli vodka. Oh my god, Stoli. I used to drink that all the time. One of my grocery store friends actually got me onto Stoli. It's probably my favorite vodka. Too bad it's not on here, but if Stoli was here, I would take off Tito's into tier A, and I would put Stoli in God tier. To me, Stoli is like the perfect vodka just to sip on the rocks. So yeah, that's my tier list of alcohol with what was given. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, maybe subscribe so you don't miss any of my future content. If you want to follow more of me, you can find my social links down in the description below or on my page bio. Take care!